This is a USB-C docking station by TobenOne, and they were nice enough to send this to me free of charge so that I could check it out. I told you all about it. Now this is the model number UDS045. Now this is a Windows only docking station, so keep that in mind throughout this video, and we're going to unbox it. We're going to check it out, go over its features. Let's see what's inside. So we have the docking station right up top, and it comes in this little bag. So we're gonna have a quick glance at it. As you can see, it is very nice looking. It is black. You got a few ports in here at the front, a power button, and a few ports in the back, which we're going to look at them with more detail in just a second. And let's get out of the way the fact that this is a metal build, so it feels really nice, really hefty, but not too heavy. So let's see what else is in the box. We've got some protective foam, and I'm guessing this is a, well, I was going to say the power brick, but first of all, we have a stand, which is also made of aluminum. So this means that you can use this in a vertical orientation. Now here we should have the power brick, and we have a USB-C cable. Okay, so the USB-C cable is braided, which is really nice. It feels and looks very high quality. And we have a little included cable management tie, which is Velcro. So that's great. I really like how this feels and how it looks. And we have a power brick, and we're going to check out the specification of this power brick in just a second. Let's just get this out of the way. Okay, so we have an extension cord and the power brick itself, and it says that this is a DC 151A. That's the model number. It's an input of 100 to 240 volts, 50 or 60 hertz, and 2 amps maximum. And the output is 20 volts at 7.5 amps, so 150 watts. That's pretty good. That's pretty hefty. It should be able to power any laptop via PD with absolutely no problems. Hopefully we're gonna see some of those specifications in just a second. So let's look at the stand, and as you can see, it can go in a vertical orientation. The stand goes right here, the logo at the bottom, the power button at the top, and let's go over the ports. Okay, so we have up front a power button. We have a headset jack, a micro SD card reader, and an SD card reader. We have a USB 3.0 USB-A port and another 10 gigabit USB-A port. So this should be 3.1 or 3.2. We got USB 3, which is a USB-C port, and another one which is also 10 gigabit and supports up to 20 watts of charging, so you can charge your phone in a relatively quick manner. So that's great. We turn it around. We have the DC input, the 12 volt for the power brick that we have right here. We have a 2.5 gigahertz LAN port, which is awesome. Usually these devices come with a 1 gigabit port at best, but this is a 2.5 gigabit, so it's really good to see that this is a faster Ethernet port. Now we got the display port, which can be used via either USB-C or via a display port, a TP port. So that's great. This is either or. Usually when the ports are circled like that, it means that you can use either or, and well, also the legend says DP or USB-C. Okay, so this is one of the ports. Then you got 2 additional 3.0 USB-A ports and 2 2.0 USB-A ports. So this should be for your dongles, like your mouse receiver, keyboard receiver, and such. And 2 more HDMI ports. So we'll check in just a second what the connectivity is like with this docking station. But so far we got plenty of connectivity. Got 2 USB-C rather, 2 USB-C. This is the upstream that goes into the computer, and this one is to be used for the display. Okay, so 2 USB-C up front, 2 USB-A up front, and 4 extra USB-As in the back two of which are dedicated for 2.0, anything that you do not need high speed, so usually your receivers for keyboards and mouse, like I mentioned before. All right, so let's get the specs out of the way. The UDS045 should be compatible with any laptop with a full-featured USB-C, USB 4, Thunderbolt 4, or Thunderbolt 3 port, and it should be running Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Chrome OS version 100 or newer. Again, Mac systems do not support MST and so are not recommended with the UDS045. As such, Apple laptops do not support dual screen expansion through this dock. So as mentioned before, the USB-C port on the back is intended for display support. However, if a DP cable is connected into the display port, then this will take precedence over the USB-C cable in case both of them are connected. Now, if you connect a single monitor and your Windows computer supports DP 1.4 and MST and DSC, then you can connect either one of the 4 ports, HDMI 1 or 2, or DP or USB-C, and you will get 8K at 30 Hz or 4K up to 144 Hz, so gaming compatible. Now, if you decide to go for 2 displays, you can connect either HDMI 1 and 2 or any combination of HDMI 1 plus DisplayPort or USB-C, or HDMI 2 plus DisplayPort or USB-C. Again, when using this side of the dock for display, you can only select one of these 2. Now, in this situation, you will get up to 4K 60 Hz on both displays, whichever combination that you decide to connect. And if you decide to connect 3 displays, then you will have to use ports HDMI 1 and 2 plus either the DisplayPort or USB-C port. In this situation, you will get 4K 60 on both HDMI ports and 4K 30 in either of the USB-C or DisplayPort that you use. Now, if your Windows computer supports DP 1.4 but does not support DSC or MST, then you will get, with a single display, using either one of these, then you will have up to 8K 30 again, or 4K and 144 Hz. However, when you use 2 monitors, then you will be able to get 4K 30 on the first display, being the HDMI, either one of the HDMIs, and up to 1080p 60 on either the DisplayPort or USB-C. And if you connect all 3 monitors, then again, you can use HDMI ports 1 and 2, plus either the DisplayPort or USB-C port, in which case, in all 3 displays, you will only get up to 1080p 60. And if your Windows computer supports DP 1.2 and MST, then you will be able to connect either one display at 4K 30 Hz, regardless of which port you use, or 2 displays which can be in any combination as follows. You can use both HDMI ports, or HDMI 1 and either one of these 2, or HDMI 2 and either one of these 2, in which case it's going to be 2 displays and both of them are going to support up to 1080p 60. And in this case, you will not be able to connect 3 displays. So as you can see, this is a very full-featured USB-C docking station that will very likely meet all your expectations. So thank you to TobenOne for sending this to me for review, and I hope that this video was helpful. Hope to see you in the next one, and until then, may God bless you all.